an unspeakable peril has arisen in the Epsilon Quadrant. He has returned. We know not where nor when his first blow shall fall.
First time I ever heard about the flat earthers was, I think, when I was in space last. I can't believe I'm talking about this.
Congress doesn't even know if this happened.
Freaking me out. Anything like this? What's that one behind? That one there.
So that makes us even more determined to find this person.
What do you want from me? Let me go! Not like this! Not like this!
Why are you a grinder when there's a severed head in your closet? Oh, shit!
Do you think that a guy like me could ever...
No.
But...
Even in a universe of infinite possibilities, no. Not a chance in hell.
Anything with that disreputable lack of gloss.
Normal people don't want to see it.
They would only show that past midnight.
Wow, these guys don't sleep. Yeah, they're speeding. They're out of their fucking minds.
Pushing the envelope. Sort of, what could they get away with?
There were kids that were stuck in small towns that, didn't have access to any of this.
There's just something familiar about you.
What is this place?
Don't tell me you've never been in a hospital.
Not like this one.
What do you have planned?
Trust me.
This is where we are, okay? So we just follow the coast to the back, reach Tangier, swim to Gibraltar, get into Spain, Cordoba, Valencia, Barcelona, climb the Pyrenees, reach Toulouse, and that is it!
I'd like to hypnotize you.
Hypnotize me.
Are you okay with that?
At this point, I'll try anything.
Have you ever walked into a place and felt like everybody there knows something that you don't? Or, I don't know, like something just happened and you missed it?
No.
Tomorrow, money in a suitcase.
I'll have the money.
I'm here with George Kaskanlian, who is the film organizer for Another Hole in the Head Film Festival, which takes place here in San Francisco. It's its 15th annual.
Yeah, 15th year.
So obviously my first question is how this whole thing got started, And why did you guys choose to do another film festival? I mean, you guys do a lot of film festivals. So what's different about this one, and where did the name come from?
Well, the name came from a guy. There used to be a programmer, and his name was Bruce Fletcher. Bruce Fletcher came up with the name.
Nice.
And he came up with the name because San Francisco has so many film festivals. So his thought was San Francisco needs another film festival, like you need another hole in your head.
Nice.
So that's what it was, pretty much. I came at Jeff Ross organizes SF Indie Fest.
Yeah.
Well, Henry Rosenthal introduced me to Jeff Ross. And Henry Rosenthal is a filmmaker in San Francisco, and I told Henry Rosenthal that I wanted to create a horror film festival. So he introduced me to Jeff. I went over to Jeff, and Jeff loved the idea. So we gave it a go at the Kabuki.
Nice.
And then from now on, it's kept on going.
And then now it's over at
the New People Cinema.
New People Cinema.
Yeah, in Japantown.
Right.
Yeah.
You've been at it 15 years now. So what do you attribute your sustained success to?
I guess the niche, the horror, it's a tough market.
Yeah.
It is a tough market. A lot of people in San Francisco, especially in San Francisco, a lot of people don't like horror or sci-fi. I thought they would, but it's starting to grow now. I don't know what's happening, but it's actually before this has been tough. But in the last 2-3 years, it's starting to pick up. But we're getting well known throughout the film world as the genre festival, and we're actually starting to go up the ranks, and it's pretty cool. We're actually reputable. A lot of filmmakers know us, a lot of studios, and they're excited. And now, before when we used to get pretty much not that many films submitted to the festival, now we're getting all these films from film studios, and a lot of these filmmakers that were small-time, first-time filmmakers are actually now doing bigger films.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
What do you think makes a winning submission to your film festival?
A winning submission?
A winning submission.
The story. It's all about the story.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. It doesn't matter how it was shot. If it doesn't matter what kind of camera you use. If you have a good idea and a good story, and it's well edited, that's a winner in my book.
Talk about the venue a little bit. How did you guys come about it? Because it's a really interesting little venue. It's like kind of like an underground cinema.
I went to a movie a long time ago. It was probably like 7 years ago. I happened to, because I was walking. No, you know what happened? I was at the mall over there checking something out, and then I went downstairs to use the restroom, and I noticed there was it was like a theater door or something. So I opened it up and I saw the theater. So I went up to the manager and I asked him if I could put on a film festival, and that's what it was. It was a by accident thing.
That's awesome.
And then I just fell in love with the place.
The best things are accidents these days, aren't they?
It's a beautiful theater. It's a 143-seat theater, and it's amazing THX sound. Beautiful screen.
Yeah, it's really it's impressive for where it is and how it's done. But yeah, absolutely. I'm curious too, because your festival is really unique. You have 17 audience awards. Most festivals only have one, if that. And I'm just kind of curious, why did you go that route, and what do you think people should be judging their, like, let's say I go to your film festival, what should I be looking for when I'm judging a criteria of a film?
When we're showing a film, the ballot has you just rate it from 1 to 5, how you like it. It's just if you like the film, that's it. And then we put it into a formula, and we have these categories. So we Romany Adams, she pulls it together, but pretty much we have the categories down, and whatever rates the highest at that point, it's pretty much an overall rating for the film, and that's pretty much we break it down, and whatever has the highest rating gets that award.
Has it grown over the years in the audience awards, or did you always have the notion that I'm going to do as many audience awards as I possibly can?
It's grown. Before, it was just one audience award, and we're like, that's not fair, because there's all these other films. There should be a best sci-fi, there should be a best horror.
Nice.
And that's how it's grown, and it's actually, it has helped the festival because it helps it expand.
Sure, and filmmakers can brag that they won the audience award.
And it's we're not coming up with the awards ourselves.
Right.
It's like it's actually the audience is voting for everything, and we also have a best overall film that it doesn't matter if it's a feature or a short. If the short's really good, it's going to beat out the feature for best overall for the film fest.
So let's talk about access to the film festival a little bit. For fans, how much accessibility do they have to the filmmakers? How much parties and things are there available for them to intake at this festival?
I stopped on the parties a while ago. What I do is pretty much we have a little lobby there, and afterwards, always filmmakers come all the time. We have like this year we're probably gonna have a record amount of filmmakers showing up. We do the Q&As afterwards. There's always a large Q&A. Then afterwards, everybody hangs out in the lobby, and everybody just hangs out and talks. And it's pretty much the place. It's a decent size that it's always people hanging out there and talking to filmmakers, and fans always have access to talk to anybody because the filmmakers are they love talking to the fans. We have a couple special events that instead of parties, we throw like special events. Like this year, we're doing the Fantasia live rescore. We're doing an Eddie lookalike double feature night with Christopher Coppola. He's going to be there, and we're going to show Deadfall and Arsenal, and there's going to be a comedian there. So they're participating with that, and also we're doing a San Francisco Art Institute night. But we try to, instead of parties, we try to keep it kind of like a little niche private community in the fest, so everybody hangs out and talks to each other and they don't have to go anywhere. And then we do drinks and stuff like that too.
Cool, awesome. How has this festival evolved, and where do you see it evolving to in the near future?
It's evolved from a 1 week to a couple of films. I think it was the first year we played. There weren't that many films. I think it was like 20 films. To now we're playing over 170 films.
Yeah.
And I see it just it's growing legs. It's getting bigger and bigger. And what this year we're doing, we actually, since we get a lot of film submissions, and we always get film submissions that are kind of not part of the festival, that are not kind of genre related. So we started a new. Well, last year we kind of tested it out and it worked. So this year we're starting a section of the festival called Not Another Hole in the Head.
Nice.
So these are not genre related, but they're actually really good films. So the last 3 days of the festival, we're going to have the non-genre related stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. And it's actually, we're getting a lot of good hits on it from ticket buyers.
Awesome.
It's actually, it's actually, that's where I see myself for now going, but later down the road, maybe to a bigger theater, maybe to Metreon or something.
Nice.
Who knows?
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I know that you want everybody to attend every screening that they possibly can. Buy a festival pass. Those are important things. But what 2 or 3 films or events would you say an audience who is a film lover should not miss this year?
One film. This is a genre festival. Fear Footage. It's one of the scariest films I've seen in a long time.
Wow.
And
nice.
it's like, it had my heart pounding. It's a freaky film.
This is the police! Yay! Come out now!
I've been hearing strange noises coming from this wooded area out back of my apartment building. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
I will shoot you!
Creepy clown sighting. No nightmares.
Dark Bluff Police Department, come out now! Hello?
It was really good. I recommend to see that because I think a full house on that one is gonna be like how Blair Witch was in the beginning before it got all the hype.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing that, my heart was pounding, and the whole audience it was electric. And then Fantasia rescore. That's gonna be I've watched it with my friends because it's a live set with 4 musicians, and they're gonna be doing that. And I think those two and another of my favorite films that I really like. There's so many films, but the closing night, Rondo. It's like exploitation, revenge. Those 3 so far. Those are kind of my.
Is there a short film program that you think people will gravitate toward more than others?
Yeah, there's a LGBT one that's really good. It's called Dark Rainbow.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a really good one. Romany Adams put a lot of the short blocks and shorts together, and that one stands out.
Nice. That's awesome. What do you love about being a part of this indie filmmaking community, and what have you seen from the filmmakers that, or what have they given you in terms of feedback that you really appreciate when you're putting on a festival like this?
I like the reason why I put this festival. I like film, and I like seeing a full house or a decent sized house with the filmmaker in the audience and everybody having a good time. It's not about the money because we don't really make any money, but it's about what I like and I enjoy is. Seeing a filmmaker showing this film on the screen at the theater with a great sound and having a audience that enjoys it and loves it, and then afterwards having a Q&A with the audience, and afterward I love seeing that. I just love seeing that.
Do the filmmakers enjoy it?
They enjoy it. They love it, and they always thank us afterwards.
Nice.
They're always just surprised how nice the theater is and how the sound was and how we took care of them, and yeah, filmmakers love it all the time. They always want to come back, and they always resubmit new films every year.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now, 15 years you're into this, so what would you say the quality of the film is right now? Do you think it's getting better? Do you think it hit a lull at some point, or do you think there's optimism on your end for these films that are going to be coming out in the future?
Funny you say that, because this year I noticed like the films just went another level up.
Nice.
They're all. Last year they were great. This year, even better. And I guess people are, I don't know if it's technology or what it is, but films are getting really good. Like, a lot. They've changed so much. It's like they're professional as hell. It's like you can see, I can see a lot of these films at the multiplex, the Hollywood films style. And they're just indie films. These kids or whoever are making these films are becoming really good.
Tell everybody how they can be a part of this festival, where they can get tickets, how much they are, and when the festival takes place.
So to get tickets, the festival runs November 28th through December 12th in San Francisco at the New People Cinema in Japantown. You can get tickets at anotherholeinthehead.com. Tickets range from $5 to $15, and a full festival pass that gets you into all 180 films is $150. Now, if you can't make the festival or not from San Francisco, we're doing a one-night, probably like a 2-hour event in Sanzar, and it's going to be in VR, and we're going to show about 5 to 8 films for free. So look us up on December 9th, which is a Sunday in Sanzar, and yeah.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's we're doing a screening, a VR screening. If you have a headset, you can actually we're gonna have our own theater in Sanzar, and we're gonna do a Q&A too with filmmakers.
Cool.
Yeah, we did it last year for the first 2 years ago, and have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never experienced.
It's
I don't have VR, but
I mean, you can if you don't have a headset, you can actually still do 2D. But you're inside a theater with people.
It feels like an theater experience.
Yeah, like when you take it off, you think. I mean, you think that you were there.
That's
it's
amazing.
crazy. It's like I'm like, wait, was I there? Was I there? You're inside the theater with other people.
Yeah.
Inside the VR, and you're with like I guess like 200-300 people, and everybody you can talk to people. You're an avatar. And you're talking to people, and then I'm in front of the screen, and people are looking at me as an avatar, and I announce the film, and then the filmmaker standing next to me, and he could be like in New York or Chicago. It's crazy. You're there. You're inside, and you're not by yourself. You're with all these people, and everybody's talking and collaborating.
So people can actually physically ask questions.
Yeah.
You don't have to type it or anything.
No,
like
you're
that?
talking to people. You're an avatar talking. Like you and I, this would be avatars.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Well, George, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the festival. I'm going to be there for quite a few of them, and I'm really excited to be a part of this. And thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, and one more thing. That's my beanie right. Oh, wait, right here. Okay, cool.